Hello learners, in this lecture we'll take up this particular plan and we'll try to place the column wherever it is required, and then we'll try to model the same thing with the help of ETABS software. So this is a plan what I have, right? And now I'll try to place the columns here. So it's a small plan, it's only one floor plan, it's only a ground floor plan what I have. So a 9-inch by 12-inch column is sufficient for me. What I'm going to do is a 9-inch by 12-inch. That means it comes out to be 230 mm 9-inch, and 12 inches is 1 feet, which comes out to be 300 mm. So this much column is sufficient to take care of that load. So already what I've done, I created that column here. You can see it here. A column has been created. So it's a 9-inch by 12-inch column. I've created it here. I'll select that in this way. I'll right click on that. I'll say copy selection, and from here I'll pick it up. Once I pick it up from here, I'll drag it. And now always remember, wherever we have corners, there we need to place our columns. So this is one corner for me. So I'll place a column here. Try to scroll in, and this is a place where I need to keep it. Let me keep it here, right? This is one location. Similarly, I have another column. I have another corner on this side. Let me place the column here as well, right? Yeah, done. Now coming to the another two corners. This is also a corner for me. See, this part is a staircase that will be coming later. Right now we'll not concentrate on the staircase and all. Let me keep one more column here. This is also a corner region for me. Done. And then I have one more corner at this portion. I'll add one more column here, right? So everywhere in all corners my column has been added, but these four columns are not sufficient to take care of the load. So what I'm going to do, let me try to place one more column somewhere here. Now it's up to you to decide where you want to place, but based on my experience I feel I need to place a column here so that this slab can be placed properly. I'll place one column here, and then after that in the same line you have to come in the same line. I feel I should place another column here. So what I'm going to do, I'll place one more column here, right? Yeah, that's it. So I think this much columns are sufficient for me to take care of the load. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 columns have been placed. Now the question is that I can place my column horizontal. Let me try to rotate this. Right click, rotate. I'll try to rotate my column. Yeah, see, I can place my column in this way, or also I can place my column in this way. Let me try to drag it. I'll say copy selection, and now I'll pick it from here, and let me take it there again. I can keep it here as well, in this way as well. It's up to you to decide how do you want to place it. Let me place it in this way. Let me show you how it has to be placed, right? So the column can be placed in this way or in this way. Now it's up to you to decide how you want to place it, but there is a logic to that, how the placement of the column should happen. So those things I'll be telling you how can you do those things at the end of the lecture, right? Yeah. Now as of now we'll take only 6 columns, and once all the 6 columns are placed, you have to find the center to center distance of the column so that you can model the same thing with the help of a ETABS software. So what you can do for that, try to select all this column. I'll select this column. I'll select this column as well, right? I'll select this column as well. I'll select this column as well. I'll select this column and the last one, and then I'll right click. I'll say copy selection, and now let me select one base point for copying that. So let me consider this is my base point. I'll select and I'll drag all the column on the other side. Let me place those columns here, right? That's it. Once these things are done, I'll try to find the center to center distance of that. I'll take a line and let me pass to the center of this. I'll draw a line in this way. Yeah, yeah, this is one. Second, I'll pass through this. That's it. Two verticals are then. Now in the same way I have to place for horizontal as well. Now here for the horizontal I'll try to place it. Similarly here I'll place it. And similarly I'll place it for these columns. Always try to pass it through the center of that column. Yeah, done. Right now if you want, you have to name the grid lines like we did before. I'll not name with the help of a AutoCAD. Let me make use of this cursor pen. Let us say this is my A grid line and this is my B grid line, and here let us say this is grid line, grid number 1. Okay, this is grid number 2, and this is grid number 3, right? And now we have to find the center to center distance of this, right? So how do you find the center to center distance of this? There's option called, let me go to that. There's option called here, you can see here, dimension. Try to keep it here and try to find the dimension of that. Let me try to do that. Yeah, so it is 7 feet 17 feet 2.5 inch here. Similarly try to search for this as well. It is 10 feet 11.5 inch. Try to check for this as well. So it is 12 feet 5.5 inch. Now we'll try to model the same thing in the ETABS software. Okay, the same plan what we have here, we'll try to model the same thing with help of ETABS software. I'll go to ETABS. Let me go to, I'll delete all these things now. I'll go to I'll directly go to edit now. Let me not take for the same grid line what I've created. I'll edit that. I'll go to edit, and then I'll go to edit stories and grid system. I'll go to this modify or show grid system, and let me go to this. Okay, we have made a small mistake. We have to change the units because right now we're doing it in meter, but the one what we got in AutoCAD, right? The one what we got in AutoCAD, that is in feet and inches. So how do you change that? It's very simple. There's a unit option on the right side bottom, and from click on that and go to US default. The moment you say this US default, this will be changed into feet and inches. Let me do that again. Yeah, it has changed, right? Now I'll go to edit. I'll go to edit stories and grid system. I'll go to modify or show grid system, and directly I'll go to this display grid data as spacing. So what is the spacing we had? I'll take the round figure for this. It is 17 feet 2.5 inch. Let me take this as 17 feet 3 inch. Okay, I'll go there. I'll write it here as 17.3, and next one is 0 for me, and this is not required, and even this is not required. This is 0. Yeah. Similarly along the Y, try to see along the Y. You have to start from bottom. So from here to here it is 12 feet 5.5 inch. Let me consider this to be 12 feet 6 inch. I'll go here, and here it will be 12.6. And coming to the next one, the next one is 10 feet 11.5. We can consider this to be 10 feet 12 inches, and 10 feet 12 inches in the sense it's a 11 feet. I'll directly take this as 11 feet, and the last one is 0 for me, and the last one is not required. Delete it. So the grid lines is created. Just in case if you want to change the color of this, select on this grid line, and let us consider this to be a green color. Say okay to that, and say okay to this, and say okay. And now what will happen? The same grid line whatever we created there, that grid line has been created here, right? Yeah. Now whatever columns we have decided there, the same column we need to put here, right? 1 2 3 4 5 6. We'll try to put that same column here. So whenever you want to put a column, the first thing what you need to do is you have to define the column. So for that you have to go to define, and we'll go to the option called material property. So by default there are 3 4 different properties here, but let us say in this particular project what I am doing, I'll make use of M20 grade of concrete, and let us say I'm making use of HYSD 500 grade of steel, right? This is the grade of my rebar, and this is the grade of my concrete. First I need to tell ETABS that these are the things that I want to make use of. So we'll not make use of this. I'll go to option called add new material, and right now I'm in India. I'll make use of India code books and also I'll make use of India. If you're from the different part of the country like China, Italy, Korea, New Zealand, you can select your respective country code book, and based on that you can design it. but the way I'm explaining it remains same for all the country. I'll take India, and here I want to define M20 is for concrete, so I'll take concrete here, and it's a Indian here. Let us say it's M20, where M stands for mix and 20 is the characteristic compressive strength of that particular concrete. I'll click on OK, and directly I'll click on OK. I won't be explaining all these things here. I'll tell you at the end of my lecture where you can find how you can understand all these things. I'll say OK. And similarly, I want to find HYSD 500 bar. I'll say add new material. So this is rebar. So here you have two options. One is a steel, the second is a rebar. So these rebars are the reinforcement bar that we use. And the steel, what you can see, these are the steel structure, that is ISMB sections and all. Right now we are not doing any steel structure, we are doing a RCC structure, and we want to make use of rebar. I'll click on rebar, and let us say I want to make use of HYSD 500. I'll click on that, I'll say OK. And again, all these things I'll explain you at the end of my lecture. What is the practical importance of all these things? I'll say OK, and I'll say OK. Now we'll try to define the size of the column. We already decided the size of my column is 230 by 300. I'll go to define. I'll go to the section property. Now I'll go to this option called as frame section, and by default all these properties are there. This is of no use to us. What I can do is I need to delete them. This option called delete multiple properties. Click on that, drag all these things, and say delete selected frames. Then again delete one. You cannot delete everything, at least one you need to keep it here. And now go to option called add new property. And now let us say I want to prepare a concrete section, so I'll go to this concrete, and in that I want to prepare a rectangular section. I'll go to rectangular. If you want to make use of circular, you can do that. I'll go for concrete rectangular, and I'll try to type a name for that. Let us say column C. The name of my column is C, which is 230 by 300 mm. Coming to the material, we are making use of M20 grade of concrete, so that is why this material is M20. Now this is again in inches, right? But I have put this in mm. So what I can do, again what I can do is that I have to change the units now. So instead of changing the units here, we'll do that later. I know that 230 mm is 9 inches. I'll write here 9. And this yeah, sorry, the depth, the first is depth, the second is width. I know the width is 230 mm, which means which is 9 inches. I'll input 9 inch here. Coming to the depth is 300 mm, which means it's a 12 inch. So I'll input 12 inch here, and then I'll go to the option called modify. If you go here, it's going to ask us whether you're designing a beam or a column. I'm designing a column, so I'll select on this column, and let us select the longitudinal bar as HYSD 500. The confinement bars are the stirrups and the lateral ties. So I'll click on HYSD 500 as well. Rest all things we don't have to concentrate here. I'll click on OK, and I'll click on OK. So by default, what will happen? The size of that column will be taken up by the ETAP software. Now I'll change the units from feet to mm. So I'll go to metric SI, that is for meter. So what will happen, that unit will be changed now, right? It is, you can see it's coming in meter now. Yeah, you can go to define section property, see the frame sections, and C30, go to the modify option, and now try to see the same thing has come here, right? 300 mm, and it is taking a round figure of 228. If you want, you can change it. Let me say the depth is 300 and the width is 230. You can do that. I'll say okay, and I'll say okay. So once these things are done, go back to the AutoCAD file, and where is the position of your column? This is vertical, 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 and vertical. All the 6 places the columns are vertical. So what I'm going to do, I'll pick a column from here. You can see this option, quick draw columns. Click on that. The moment you click on that, the property will appear here. The name what I had given from your column is C230 by 300. I'll click on that. And now whenever you try to put a column, make sure that you're putting in one story or all story. See, right now you can see option here, it's written one story. If I press on this one story, and if I put a column here, let us say on this point, can you see the column has come only here? And in which floor I'm putting it in story 4. That is the reason your column is coming here. Similarly, if I go to the down, if I go to story 3, and if I try to put a column here, you see on the right side of the screen, again you can see the column has come here. If I try to put a column here on this part, as you can see, The column has come in the third story. So this is the significance of one story. Let us say in one single click you want the columns to come in each and every floor. Then from one story, make use of this all stories. Click on that, and now let me keep a column here, and you can see on all the stories, that is story 1, story 2, everywhere the column has come. So in this way you can put the columns, right? So what I'm gonna do now, I'll delete all these things. If you want to delete, drag everything in this way, and on your keyboard there is an option called delete. Click on that, delete. All your columns will be deleted. Let me do it. Yeah, all my columns are deleted. Right now, let me quickly do it again. I'll take all stories here, and right now I'm in a story 3. It's okay. I'm in story 3 now, and I'll take this column option, and let's say it's 230 by 300, and go to that grid point, and the moment you keep it here, you can say grid a comma 3. That means exactly at the center you are going to keep your column. Select on that, right? Similarly here also I want to put my column. Select on that. Similarly at this grid also I want my column to come. I'll select on that. Similarly here I want my column to come. I'll select on that. Similarly here I want my column to come. I'll select on that. Similarly at this junction I want my column to come. I'll select on that. Now can you see it in the 3D? Everywhere the column has come, right? Now if you look at the AutoCAD plan of yours, here the column orientation is vertical, 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 vertical. It's vertical, it's vertical, right? This is the depth is here and the breadth is in this way. But the model what I have done is the other way around. The depth has come here and the breadth has gone in this way. That means whatever model we have created, the orientation of the column what we have done is a wrong way of doing. So in the next lecture I'll try to explain how this orientation can be changed in the ETABS software. So I hope these things are understood up to here. We'll see you back in the next lecture. Thank you.